Okay, so here's the finished shirt. I already cracked the wax a little bit so I can get some crinkles in there. Throw on some gloves. That isn't going to fit there in the drink. Alright. Gloves to protect your hands. Wearing a mask to protect my lungs. Sorry if I'm starting to sound all Darth Vader on you. Okay, so I've decided I'm going to dye this gray. You could totally fold it and tie-dye it, but for this tutorial, I'm just going to do a quick vat dye on it. It will sit overnight, and then I'll rinse it out and pull out the wax. That'll be a different video. Okay, so I'm going to use gray. To show the difference, see, this is just Dharma Fiber Reactive Dyes, okay? Just a reminder that if you did not pre-soak and dry your shirt with soda ash on it, which is also to be found in pool supplies, just a reminder, pH plus, because it raises the pH level of the fabric so that the dye can bond with the fibers and not just sit on it. A lot of people, they try to do tie-dye and they're like, the biggest thing I hear is, my dye is washed out. So, man, it's hard to breathe in this mask. Hold on. Whew, okay, that's a little better. I have to put it back on when I actually start to mix the dye. But anyway, so when the pH level is higher, it causes a chemical reaction that makes it become that color. So if you didn't do that step, you need to add some soda ash to your dye. You can actually use soda ash water to mix your dye. It's not going to hurt to use extra soda ash. It's just a waste. It is a ratio of 1 cup of soda ash to 1 gallon of water. So, anyway, now, like I said, I use Dharma Fiber Reactive Dyes because I've been using them since the very early 90s when they did mail order. So, I know how to use these dyes without looking up how to mix. They have specific instructions on how much ratio per water you need to get the color you want. Now, this one is gunmetal gray. It's a real nice bluish gray. This is raven black. The reason I'm showing you this is, if you can see, there's 2 little stars, asterisks, beside it. That lets me know that I need to use 2 times the regular amount of dye. So if I just use a scoop of this for, you know, this little few ounces of water, I would need to triple up this dye. So for this 1 scoop, I would use 3 scoops to get the true color. There's lots of colors like that. Let's see if I can find another one. Oh, here we go. Royal blue is like that. Turquoise is like that. A majority of the reds are like that. You just have to check the instructions on your dye. I'm not going to go into depth about this though. So, let me put my mask back on. Okay, so opening up my dye and taking a big old scoop and dumping it in my water here. So, rinse that out right here. And what I'm going to do is just stir up this dye until it's all dissolved. And I'm going to add this water to it. And I dipped that one in there so you can see that dry dye. I don't know if you can tell. See all them different rainbow colors starting to pop out? Because it's all different kinds of dye actually mixed together to make the colors. So it's the different minerals and pigments that they get from all over the world to make these different colors. So it's part science and part art. So I'm going to be doing more than one. This is usually a bucket I will dump my dyes in, and then but I'm going to end up putting it in here because I'm doing a couple of gray shirts. So as they're done, I'll transfer them into this bucket. I actually have a shirt that's going to be black for a client, so again, there are different ways that you can mix your dye. As long as it's all mixed together. If you leave it concentrated, it will be a lighter color. If you leave it like it is, it'll be a stronger color, but I don't want a real strong gray, so now I've got my gray. I'm literally just going to take the shirt and stick it in here. Look at that. You want to check and make sure that your whole shirt is saturated, right? Now, some people will take it and hang it up on a hanger and let it dry like that. And that's good if you're doing the multiple dyeing technique, like you explained earlier about the sunflower. I might actually show how to do that in a later video. So anyway, so this is dyed. I don't know if you can see where the cracks are. I've already got little bits of black, and that's going to show up in the design. And that's the uniqueness about Batik. So that's how to dye it. We're going to let this batch for at least 24 hours, and then I'm going to rinse it out and boil out the wax, and I'll show you that in the next video.